So guys, today we're once again diving into the Edge of Fate reveal stream to go over the biggest updates that were announced but weren't really all that talked about. Things like a new weapon stat tied directly to ammo generation, the return of my personal favourite Destiny 1 destination in the Ash and Iron update, new enemy updates, and more. So let's start with ammo generation stats, shall we? During a short gameplay clip that was primarily showing off the new fallen enemy type named Corsairs, I believe, if you look down underneath the ammo section of your HUD, you can see two brand new meters, one for special ammo and one for heavy ammo. But also later on in the stream, we can see that if you just want to focus on heavy ammo generation, you can do that as well. We don't know what the benefit will be for doing this, or how you're able to decide what type of ammo you wish to generate, but we should be learning more in one of the upcoming TWIDs or other update articles. If I were to speculate a bit, I'd say that this new feature would be tied to the type of finder mod that you have equipped, and this is just a nice way of the game telling you of how close you are to getting the finder brick to spawn. But alongside this, when looking at some of the new weapons coming with the Edge of Fate, you can see a brand new stat added onto these weapons called ammo generation. And I'm guessing that the higher the stat is on a given weapon, the better that weapon will be at generating those finder bricks. And this also has me thinking that Bungie may add a mod directly tied to this new stat as a way for people to be able to fill in the role of an ammo generator for the team, similarly to what Aeon Glove users or Cenotaph Warlocks are able to do currently. Moving away from weapons, let's now take a deeper look at the brand new Fallen units. One thing that we can immediately notice is that these Fallen units are members of the House of Exile, which if we take a look at Destinypedia real quick, we can see a quote here from Cade 6 that mentions that this house lives among the Hive, and he also states that they are crazy. This craziness might be tied to why we see what looks like a Fallen Archon potentially covered in what looks like some dark matter spores that are found all over Kepler. So it seems that this House of Fallen has potentially been on Kepler for quite some time, so they might have a very good understanding of what this dark matter is, but it also seems that they have a very good understanding of the darkness, especially when we look at the new weapons that these Fallen seem to be using. For one, we get a very good look at this new Strand Spear, which seems to also have some kind of shield attached to it. But we also get a quick look at a Fallen Captain that seems to also be using stasis in some way. And it was confirmed via the livestream that these Fallen are fixated on a being called the Giver. Now this Giver could have been the person that gave these Fallen either these new darkness abilities that we see them using, or those dark matter spores that we see one of them almost being consumed by. Either way, this House of Fallen is something that I myself am very interested to learn about, considering the fact that I thought anyway that all the Fallen or Elixni in our system were on Earth or with Eramis. So seeing that this group are here on Kepler and have potentially been on Kepler for ages has me very excited about their lore and history. Now, whilst we talked about the Fallen for a while, it would be wrong to not mention the Vex at least a little bit. Now, these Vex don't look any different from some of the Vex that we have seen already, but they are also getting some updates to their forces in the form of these Imp drones, which to me almost looks like the drones from Star Wars, but either way, there's not much else going on here. So let's now take a look at some of the other people that will meet on Kepler. Yes, there are going to be actual people on Kepler. It's not a Neomuna situation where these people are just yellow holograms. These are actual people. Now, looking at the gear these people are wearing, they are similar at least to the new character that was shown off, that being Lodi with his red and grey clothes. So I'm guessing that all of these people are researchers of some kind, because Lodi was told to us to be a very qualified character. So that's my guess for at least why we are seeing other people here. It was also teased in the trailer that Lodi himself might have gone through some troubling events in his past, to say the very least, that these other NPCs may not have. But either way, it's nice to see that this destination will have some kind of life to it, and it will be interesting to find out how these people ended up on Kepler, because during the showcase, it was revealed that these people have been on Kepler for a very long time, due to the type of computer people were interacting with within the most recent ARG. And I also hope that within the vendor area for this new destination, we get a postmaster and vault similar to what we have gotten with the last two destinations. Now let's talk a brand new exotic hand cannon launching with the Edge of Fate. First thing to notice is that this exotic is similar to Conditional Finality, where it has two different damage types, those being Arc and Stasis. Now I'm guessing that its arc mode will be its default, and if you look at the top of the gun, you can see 3 squares. Now, when they shoot at enemies, the first thing you should notice is that a bolt charge shot goes off. That's what the bolt of lightning from the sky is. This then fills out one of those squares, and I'm guessing that this is a stack-like mechanic, similar to what we've seen on a lot of other guns. As the gameplay continues, more bolt charge goes out, and more stacks are gained, up to a maximum of 3 stacks. But once at 3 stacks, we can see a similar animation to what we would find on a weapon like Hardlight, where they changed the weapon to not only now deal stasis damage instead of arc, but also use all 3 stacks previously obtained to shoot out a huge shot of stasis energy. That seems to not only freeze targets, but also generate a big line of stasis crystals as well. Now, my guess is that this will be the Season Pass exotic for Edge of Fate, as it would be weird for Bungie to really show any other exotic this early on. Now, let's talk Plaguelands. It was confirmed near the edge of the reveal that we will be returning to this fan favourite destination with the Ash and Iron update, which launches on September 9th. Now, as soon as I hear Plaguelands, my mind instantly goes to Wrath of the Machine. Sadly though, they did not mention it, but due to the size of this update, I wouldn't be expecting a raid anyway, although they did confirm a new exotic mission alongside 2 new exotic weapons and an activity called Reclaim. So there's a lot to look forward there, although they have to at least mention Wrath of the Machine in some capacity. Otherwise, if we get to Ash and Iron and Wrath hasn't been at least brought up, a lot of people are going to be mad, especially since it is the only Destiny 1 raid that hasn't returned to us in some form inside of Destiny 2. And with the potential Pantheon style mode coming near the end of this year, I wouldn't actually be too mad if that mode was strictly just focused on Wrath of the Machine and Wrath of the Machine brought back in some way. Let me know what you think about that though. And last but not least, let's talk Renegades, because if you actually look in game, you are able to find a brief description of this expansion, which I thought would just be a good thing to share with you all as we end today's video. Dive into the criminal underworld and take down an evil empire, venture into a lawless frontier and reveal deeper mysteries about a new Dredgen in Soul. Build your power, credits and notoriety. And with that said, that is basically everything for today's video, but let me know how you guys feel about these upcoming changes, additions, and that new exotic hand cannon. Do you think it will be tied to the Season Pass, or do you think it could be potentially a quest exotic that we unlock later in the expansion? Also, do you think that we could potentially see Wrath of the Machine return this year? My hopes are really high for that, because it's honestly one of the best raids that Bungie has ever made, and if you haven't gone and experienced it in Destiny 1 yet, highly would recommend it, as it is a really fun raid, and even the loot, armor and stuff just looks so good from it. So fingers crossed we do get that returned. But either way, that's it for me here today. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed. If you did, if you could leave a like and subscribe to the channel, because we're getting so close now to 2,000 subscribers, and it would be amazing if we could hit that before the Edge of Fate launches. But that's it from me here, so hopefully you guys have once again enjoyed, and I'll catch you all in the next one.